We are at a temple. It's named Harihareshwar Temple in a village called Harihara in Davangere district. This is on the way on Goa and Bangalore. So we thought of taking a stop by here. So when we study history textbooks written by the British, when they wrote about history of India, they had one policy, which is divide and rule. So whenever they mentioned about ancient India, they said they were the Aryans and the Dravids, and all that they did was fight against each other. So that we, as the white skin and the black skin, continue that hatred towards each other and destroy our own country. When they started writing about the medieval India, they started saying there was a division between the Vaishnavites and Shaivites. Of course, there were two different sects, but the way it was said that they were just fighting and nothing else. So this temple is a beautiful example to tell you that there is a temple which is a union of Hari and Hara both. We cannot show you the murti in the Garbhagriha because of the photography rules, but there is a standing deity. Right hand he is holding Trishul, left hand he is holding Shankha. Trishul is the attribute of Shiva and left hand is Shankha, which is attribute of Vishnu. So it's a mix of like how we have Ardhanari Nateshwar, this is like half Vishnu, half Shiva. Both have come together and confluenced to defeat one demon that was destroying the earth. The demon was named as Guhasur. So it is believed this demon was killed on the confluence or the Sangam of Tungabhadra and Harida river, which is quite close by. So temples in ancient India were not only a religious place, they were the place for the economy, they were place for the institution from where schooling was given to students. This was a place for learning and enjoyment of arts, different styles of arts, and this also acted as a place for justice. So the whole economy of the village revolved around the temple, and temples also acted as banks for the local people. So I always make it a point to buy flowers and whatever offerings the local people give here. So here we have bought, this is a garland of Tulsi for the Hari, and this is a garland of Bale for Hara. So here people have a tradition of offering the favorite leaves of both the gods, that is of Hari and Hara. So we are offering it to the temple here. As we walk outside of the temple, here this is a narration of different stories. In these temples, we don't have much of the narrative panels of different stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata, but we have smaller shikharas, which you can see here, the miniatures. We have a row of this simhas, which is the lions, and these are typical lions from Karnataka. You also see lions like this in temples of Goa, as we were part of the empires of the Kadambas and Vijayanagar. The temple walls outside act as a storytellers for the generations or the visitors here. These are the textbooks kind of for people to learn about their history and their culture. So this also suggests, or it's a narrative about the temple and the dynasty which has built this. So this one, here you see different celestial beings. Sometimes this row is taken by different flowers, so that suggests prosperity or fertility. Elephant suggests the strength and the stability of the empire. Horse suggests the progress. The different musicians suggest the growing art and culture of the place. And on top is the power, that is the lions. And this is surrounded by different miniature shrines. This is a good example for us as historians and archaeologists to understand about the shikhara if the superstructure is destroyed. So we get to understand different architectural styles from these miniatures. So one more thing about the temples of South India, especially Karnataka, is the beautiful lat technique pillars. You can see from here, these are done in medieval times. and it's got a super shine without use of any modern technology or machines. So in the complex or the prakar of the temple, we have these two inscriptions here. You can see. These are in Kannada. These are written in Kannada language. Okay. This must be a donation or any victory of the kings here. So this must be a royal grant or some royal inscription. As you can see the beautiful decoration or the arch or the done for this. On top you have a kirtimuk like we have for the temples. In the middle is Shivalinga, where you can see one person is offering something. So it suggests that this must be some offerings done by the royal family to the people of the. And there is a Nandi in close affiliation with the Shiva. You have the sun and the moon here, which suggests the validity date of this inscription, which means jab tak Suraj Chand rahega, this will be valid. And here you have Garuda, because the temple is dedicated to Hari and Hara. And interesting thing is the cow and the calf. So we are at the temple of Harihareshwar at a village named Harihara. So the locals believe there was a demon called Guhasura, which was he did lot of tapasya and got an Ashirwad from Brahma. This is Brahma here. He's shown with 3 heads. 4th one is supposed to be behind. The 4 heads represent 4 Vedas or 4 directions. He is the one who creates the universe and takes care of the whole cycle of the universe. In his hand, he's holding a shruka, which is a spoon kind of a thing for doing his yajna. And on this side, he's holding a kamandalu for water, the water ball. So Guhasura received his boon from Brahma, and the boon was that no god alone could defeat him, neither Shiva nor Vishnu. So he started troubling the people in the celestial ways. So that's why Shiva and Vishnu came together. You can see Shiva here. So Shiva holds a Trishul. In the other hand, Damru, which is a musical instrument. The other 2 hands are broken. And here we have Vishnu. He holds Shankha, Chakra, this is Gada, and Padma, which is the flower. So both these deities came together, and with a new deity took form, which was more powerful. It was half Shiva, half Vishnu, half Hari, half Hara. This temple has received patronage from the different dynasties and kings of South India, as this place is near the Sangama of the river. So this was once upon a time a very prominent, very busy place, and it was destroyed by the Tipu Sultan. So you can see here, and different places the temple has been half destroyed already. These are smaller miniature shrines of different deities. Like here you can see Bhairava, you can see Shiva, different forms of Vishnu, of the 24 forms of Vishnu. You have Ganesha here. So this is the back side of the temple where you can see the Shikhara. So below is a beautifully carved stone structure which suggests different ancient styles here. You can see different architectural patterns, and on top you have a Shikhara which is done in cement. So anybody would wonder why this kind of a contrast. If they could build pillars like that, they could have definitely built a structure. But the structure here, the Shikhara, was destroyed by Tipu Sultan, and the stones of that was used for building a mosque nearby. So later people have collected money and built a simple structure, which later maybe the government has restored. But you can see a different, you can see a contrast here of the ancient and of the story of survival using whatever easiest modern material they could find. But what is important is the deity, the temple had survived for the years and is still being worshipped till today.